Light blinded him, and after MC opened his eyes, he realized he ended up in a forest. It seemed that the reincarnation magic worked well. Then he looked forward and saw a city. He felt excited about what would happen there. He used his magic to reach it faster. In his previous life, he was training hard to become the strongest one every day and every night. He wasn't losing any moment to get stronger, and in the end, he couldn't find anyone who would be able to handle him. People were envious of him because of that, and his last hope was destroyed right by himself. The greatest demon, Von Bax, just died in a few seconds. At that moment, he felt depressed. Life became such a boredom, but after the reincarnation, there was a hope that he would find someone strong. This world was different, so it might be possible. He landed on the roof. That was quick. Then he looked around. It was just a simple city. But suddenly, he noticed a group of guys. He paid more attention to it and noticed that they were trying to do something bad with a girl. She was crying and asking them to stop. However, it was going to be only the beginning. So our hero decided to save her and beat these shady guys up. He told them to leave her alone. They looked at him, and there was only one question in their heads: who the hell are you? They were confident in their strength, and moreover, they had an advantage, 3 against 1. Our hero realized it was going to be interesting and couldn't wait any more time. The bad guy couldn't wait anymore too and rushed towards the hero. He was about to land a punch right in the hero's face. However, he didn't know that this guy wasn't that simple at all. The hero faced him with no fear and launched him in the air with an uppercut. Everyone was shocked. What happened just now? The guy's body was launched so hard that it literally broke the wall. At that moment, they realized they underestimated him. They didn't understand what kind of magic their opponent was using. It seemed strange. Then the blonde-haired guy grabbed the hero's head and lifted him in the air. He was sure that he already won this fight. However, he underestimated his opponent again, and in the end, he got punished hard for that foolish mistake. The guy couldn't believe that was happening for real. But the hero didn't feel any problems in dealing with them. It was even way easier than his last fight against the Grand Demon. So weak, guys. The hero left him to rest for a while. There was one more left. He realized that the hero was using a defective type of magic. The hero didn't understand what he meant by that. The guy told him to not pretend like he didn't know anything. Moreover, he felt his aura. It was just different from anything he saw before. This type of magic may be the worst of all other types. The hero was surprised by that. Then the guy started charging an attack spell. He was a mage too, but he was sure that his magic would be way more powerful than his opponent's. He was using another type of magic, a perfect magic. The girl realized that they were in danger. She was worrying for the hero's life. So she told him to run away immediately. She was sure this guy would kill them both. But the hero's reaction was absolutely opposite to what she expected to see. He just smiled. He was very excited since he was waiting for a good fight for years. What luck, it was getting more interesting. The guy finally charged his spell, the spear that was made of fire. He launched it right at the hero. The hero reached out his hand and then used ice magic. The mage didn't have any time to even realize what happened. All the territory in front of the hero turned into ice. That was epic. The girl, who was prepared for the worst, was just shocked by what she saw. The hero was disappointed for another time. This guy was weak, very, very weak. That's sad. But he was also thinking about this man's words, defective magic. What did he mean by that? He was wondering if it was the same magic he was using before, but its meaning just changed after 1,000 years. This world has different magic types, each of them can be identified by its aura's color, blue, red, and etc. Each of them has its strong and weak spots. The man the hero was fighting against was using the white magic. It's pretty simple to use for beginners, but it has no potential. You can't just get stronger after reaching some point. Well, in this world, it's called perfect magic, and his magic type, golden magic, was called defective magic. For some reason, people here weren't respectful to those who were using it. Then the girl ran up to the hero. She was thankful to him that he saved her from those bastards. The girl took his hand and put it on her chest with no excuse. Well, our hero didn't expect to get in close contact with the girl on his first day of reincarnation. His nose started bleeding hard. The girl was worried if he felt all right. She wanted to repay him for his kindness. It looks like our hero wasn't in the mood to talk with girls. Then she accidentally lost her balance, and the hero caught her. They both realized they were really close to each other. Maybe it was a real God's wish. She apologized, and it made her face turn red. The hero actually got a taste and liked her. Then she realized she still didn't introduce herself. Her name is Lara Esquinos. Then the hero told her his name too, Kurt Lefractor. He actually had a different name in his previous life, but who cares? He started living his new life from scratch. Then Lara asked him if he was going to the Rosalina Academy. Kurt didn't understand what she was talking about. Then Lara explained everything to him. The Rosalina Academy is the best academy in the world. They have a lot of disciples. Everyone wants to become part of it and learn everything. Those who ended the academy have all the chances to become an important person. It would say you can even become a legend. They give you important knowledge. She told him that tomorrow they have to do their entrance exams. It was looking interesting for Kurt. She told him about her worries, but she had a special item that was giving her more confidence. It was Miserato's ring. His eyes lit up again. He asked Lara to show it closer. When he looked at it better, he was shocked. Well, he was shocked by how useless it was. It was just a useless ring, and she paid money for that. Well, she thought it was an epic and cool strong item. She was looking very happy, so he didn't want to spoil her mood. But there was an idea he suddenly got. He knew a special way to enchant items. Kurt asked Lara to open her mouth, and when she did that, he immediately put his finger into her mouth. She was kind of puzzled by what was happening. Then Kurt told her to just trust him. Then a magic circle appeared in front of him. What a strange way to enchant items. Suddenly he realized that Lara's magical aura was reminding him about something familiar. But what? Anyway, it was time to finish the job. He pulled his finger out. Lara felt embarrassed. Something strange happened to her just now, and when she realized what Kurt was doing to her, she started yelling at him. Then they continued their walk. Kurt asked Lara about her life. She told him that she came to the main city to enter the academy. She actually thought Kurt was here for the same reason. Well, now he was interested in what the Best Worlds Academy looked like. He wanted to enter it now, and Lara was happy to hear that. Well, first he needed to learn what magic in this world is common right now. There also were a lot of interesting things he wanted to figure out. Then Lara needed to go, so she said goodbye words and retired. Kurt noticed some interesting books on the shelf, so he took a few and headed to his room to read them. Kurt figured out that this world was way different than he thought. Better to say, it was absolutely not what he expected to see. There were not many people who could use magic, and people thought about magic aura differently too. It's something rare nowadays, but 1,000 years ago people were using it everywhere. Kurt realized that something happened to this world 1,000 years ago, but he was too tired to think about that. He was about to fall asleep. Before, he had a hope to find someone as strong as him, but it seems that this world is on the decline. Maybe he was the strongest mage here. Kurt's dream was interrupted by a chicken's loud scream. It was almost morning. He looked into the window and saw a beautiful dawn. The bright sun gave him hope that this world still may surprise him. His new life had started a few hours ago. It's going to be interesting anyway, and he was sure that one day he would meet someone who would entertain him a lot. Lara was ready for this day. It was very important for her and for other people too. Kurt was so excited. He immediately headed to the academy's doors. Today, everyone was ready. Okay, let's take a little look at the story overall. The strongest world's mage reincarnated after 1,000 years as Kurt Lefractor. He was incredibly strong, and now he was going to pass the exams to become a student of the Rosalina Academy, the best academy in the world. Kurt got a participant's ticket with the number 99. He was going to show his best. He still had a hope to meet someone strong. Then Lara noticed Kurt and was very happy to meet him. Her ticket was with the number 50. Kurt was a bit scared of her sudden appearance and accidentally pushed a girl behind him. He apologized for that, but the girl wasn't angry at him or something like that. She just walked away. Lara was amazed by how beautiful she was. Then the organizer told everyone to take their places. The first exam was going to be easy since it's a written exam. Lara said good luck to Kurt, and they headed to their places. Well, Kurt was just dying from boredom. He didn't expect it to be that easy. But it also would be fun if he didn't pass it somehow. He finished the test first, but there was 1 hour more, so he decided to close his eyes and sleep until the end. Kurt woke up right at the moment the organizer told everyone it was time to finish. All the students were excited. They were talking about the exam and how hard it was. They were worried if their answers were right. It was an ordinary talk for students, But what's going to be next? Kurt couldn't wait for it. They headed outside to the academy's yard. The organizer told them the rules. Students needed to destroy 10 mannequins with a fire spear. Then a random guy tried to do that first. However, they reflected his attack. What a failure. Well, to pass this exam, they didn't need to destroy it. It would be enough to just show what they can do with their fire spear spell. The next participant was Lara. She felt very nervous, but she believed in her magic ring and closed her eyes. Then Lara reached out her hand and wait, what was that feeling? She opened her eyes to see what was going on, and she was amazed by how much mana she gathered in her spell. How could it be possible? What was that? But she didn't lose control over the situation. She just threw the fire spear into the target. The projectile she threw just blew up the target. But she couldn't understand why she was so strong. She never was even close to casting such powerful spells, and only Kurt knew it was his job. Her magic power was increased by 200, which isn't actually a lot, but is enough to destroy the mannequin. He didn't notice, but it was his time to shine now. He decided to destroy all the mannequins by one shot.
Then Kurt charged his spell, but it was 100 times more powerful than his usual attack. A rain of fire covered the space. Other participants lost their minds. No one could explain what he was looking at just now. Then Kurt threw it right into the target. A powerful explosion blinded everyone, and when the dust dissolved, they saw what they actually expected to see. All the mannequins were turned into ashes. How the hell was it possible? Today, Kurt became a very popular guy. The third and the last part of the exam was about to start. It was a duel between participants. They made a magic barrier so participants could leave the arena only after the end of the exam, or they must capitulate. Kurt was sure he would meet someone strong here, so he was very glad to know it was going to be a duel. Then Lara found Kurt and asked if he upgraded that ring yesterday. She was very thankful for what he did, but Kurt said it was not only the ring but also her talent. He felt she had a really high potential as a mage since she had the red type of magic. However, she wasn't happy that she had this type of magic because it was an unfortunate magic power. It just wasn't suited for offense. She felt she was useless. Kurt had no idea what happened to this world while he was sleeping. Red magic was renamed to unfortunate magic. That's really strange. Kurt knew the truth was absolutely different from what people in this world were saying. He knew the real power of the red magic, so he told her to be confident. She was trustful to Kurt, so she believed his words. Lara didn't want to wait for more time, and told Kurt about her feelings. But unfortunately, Kurt hadn't heard what she said. Well, it was time to start the last part of the exam. Lara expected Kurt to win in this duel. She was cheering for him. Kurt entered the arena. He couldn't lose it. His first opponent was already familiar to him. It was that girl he accidentally had pushed. She was looking serious and determined to take the win. Other participants immediately recognized her. She was a member of the Shiz and Asuna family. This family was famous for having really talented mages. Her name is Maurice and Osuna. However, she had a really nice opponent today, number 99 Kurt. He was popular too because of that fire show in the previous exam. No one could predict the winner of this duel. It's going to be interesting. Kurt was glad to meet her again. Maurice told Kurt about her type of magic, inferior magic. Kurt realized she was talking about the violet magic. He was prepared to see a lot of long-range attacks. Then the mage put barriers over them to make the exam process safe. Maurice said she wouldn't be succumbing to him. She was going to do her best because this exam was important for her. She had a goal to get the highest score in this exam. Then the mage declared the start of the duel. Lara was cheering for Kurt. Marissa raised up her hand and started casting a spell, a high-level magic spell, but Kurt was standing calm. Maurice charged the attack. Suddenly, a giant sword appeared from the magic circle. Maurice launched it right at Kurt, but he wasn't an ordinary guy. He reached out his hand and faced her attack. Some powerful magic circles appeared above his head, and Maurice had no words to say because her spell was just erased. It was the dispel magic. She asked him if he really used magic right now. Kurt had no secrets from her, so he told her how the dispel magic works. He also mocked her a bit for her too long spellcasting time. She got angry at him. Of course, Maurice was sure there is no way to use magic without spelling the magic words with the mouth. Kurt didn't get what she meant. While there is no better explanation than just showing everything, he reached out his hand and a giant, really damn giant, holy sword appeared from the sky. Maurice was amazed by how beautiful and great it was looking. Lara was happy to see her new friend was doing that well. The mage organizer actually was really worried for their safety, so he shouted at Kurt not to launch it. He was sure this epic weapon might just break the barrier easily. He declared the end of the fight. Kurt was the winner, but he wasn't happy about that since they didn't give him a chance to have a good battle. Then Kurt wondered if it was the right decision to become a student of this academy. He might have made a mistake. Then someone's voice distracted him. It was an old man holding two swords. It seemed that only Kurt didn't know him here. His name is Desmond. He was interested in Kurt's abilities and offered him a duel. Then Kurt asked him who he was, and the old man just smiled and took off his cape. Desmond told Kurt if he defeats him, he immediately becomes a student of this academy, and there's no matter if he had bad results in previous exams. That sounded interesting, but Kurt actually passed every exam one by one. All he was interested in now is to have fun against a strong opponent. Now I think this is enough for this video. I already give you this manga name in start, so please don't comment about it, and also I don't want to recap other chapter of this manga, so don't hope to get next part of this manga. Okay, thanks for watching.